Just a quick question coming from Slay. Will similar expos happen in other states? We feel left out. I think Slay is talking for the state of Texas, which has the most Kenyans. Dr. Shuri.
Thank you for that question. I'm aware there'll be other expos that are going to be there after this one of May 5 to 7 in Washington, D.C. We are also aware that somebody called Chris Wamalwa of the Diaspora Live Show will be doing a U.S. tour where he'll be visiting with various companies around the country. We are also aware that one of our member organizations, and this is Jambo has already organized a workshop and a conference somewhere in New Jersey. And also we are aware that in Dallas, Texas, Mombi Baskin has also organized another expo over there for various businesses. So we are aware that there are various activities that will be done after the May Expo, including another Flori Expo that is going to be in Miami. That is dedicated only for horticulture and flowers. We are trying to promote our Kenya Flower Council and companies that are in flower industry to take advantage of this Flower Expo on May 31st to 2nd June. So we are aware there are other expos that are going to be there, and we'll continue to inform you on those expos that we have already done, we are partnering with.
All right, Dr. Shuri, asante sana. And I want to remind the listeners that you're tuned into the One Mic Show, and I'm your co-host and producer, Ali Badawi. We are talking to officials from an investment coalition called One Voice Consortium. They're scheduled to host a Diaspora Investment Expo in Washington, D.C. between May 5th to the 7th. Early bird registration is currently ongoing at onevoiceconsortium.org. So please remember to visit the site. And real quick, before we continue, Mika, we're going to have a conversation in the sports segment. What are we going to be talking about tonight, Mika?
So tonight we're going to be talking about rugby. We're going to be looking up at the chances of Kenya helping themselves in the quest of avoiding relegation from the Big 7 teams. And also we will be discussing one of the topics that has been the main topics in this country, but in our own flavor. We'll be discussing the results of the March Madness basketball matches that happened last weekend. And we might touch on the aftermath of what happened after the games. So
okay,
back to you.
So that's going to be in the sports segment, so stay tuned, WanaMichezo. Now, Balozi Big Ted, as we're coming close now, I have a quick, maybe a technical question for you, because Kenya is currently still in negotiations with the U.S. for a permanent trade agreement. Now, please tell us what this trade agreement would mean for Kenyans living in the diaspora and how our investment goals align with U.S. foreign policy. I don't know whether you're still there, Balozi Big Ted. Ama is taking a break. Okay, I think Balozi Big Ted has taken a break. I think maybe then I'm going to direct this question to Dr. Shuri. The U.S.-Kenya Free Trade Agreement, what does this mean for Kenyans in the diaspora? Because it's been in negotiations for quite a long period of time. And this, for those who don't understand, is a permanent agreement, unlike agreements like AGOA, which is between so many different countries and has a sunset clause. These trade deals are permanent trade agreements, like, for example, what the U.S. has with Mexico and Canada. So they want to have some sort of agreement with Kenya. Dr. Shuri.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ali, for that question. as you have correctly mentioned, the U.S.-Kenya Free Trade Area Agreement started discussions way back during the Donald Trump era, that is when he was president, and it's still going on now. I think we are on the second round of talks or discussions around that. And this is important for us in Kenya because, as perhaps some of you may know, that perhaps the only other country on the African continent that has an agreement of this kind of a nature, a free trade agreement, is Morocco.
Morocco, yeah.
So we would be joining Morocco as only the other African country that has a direct U.S. An African country member free trade area agreement. And this free trade area agreement will be to mostly a trade agreement that may generally favor our country. So these discussions have been ongoing to see what areas our country will position, because it depends on what everybody puts on the table in terms of areas that are important and have a big impact on the on trade and on the economy of that country. And so negotiations are going on. I know our negotiators are really very well informed. The diaspora, through various stakeholders, including One Voice Consortium, has been regularly briefed and consulted on what is going on. So I may not be able to mention here in this at this particular forum, but those negotiations are still going on in a way in which they may favor our country.